gentlemen, live from the famous ACME Comedy Hollywood, it's Hollywood Stands Up Comedy Nightcap. Starring Casey Gullickson, Josh HANESS, Jake KROEGER, Jan Murphy, TINDELL, John VARGAS, ALYSIA Wood, KIRK ZIPFEL. Music by Josh PAGET. And now please welcome your host, Josh PAGET.
Thank you very much. That's right. I'm your host, and you're on a comedy show, so feel free to laugh along with us and with our television audience watching at home on their PC. Or Mac. A lot of Mac folks out here. I don't have any jokes about it, so you don't have to identify yourself. Folks, what I want to talk to you about right now is dating. Okay, let's just break it down. Let's just start off the show with some dating. What I want you, does anyone here online dating? Any of you guys? Okay, you're not admitting that you're into online dating because you have an online dating account and I've messaged you and now it's awkward. Because you didn't message me back. There's a high probability that if you're online and you have an account, I've messaged you and you've not messaged me back. Because that happens to me a lot. Okay? And I couldn't figure it out. So what I wanted to figure it out, so I just put a message up there above my profile that says, hey ladies, I've messaged you, so now you're checking out my profile, I get it, and you don't want to go out with me, and that's fine, but if you could just do me the courtesy of sending me a message to let me know what in my profile turned you off. Because I'm going to message other women, okay? So it's really an altruistic effort on your part, ladies, to not have a creepy guy messaging other females. So if you could just tell me like, hey, you look weird in this photo, or don't list Hardball as your favorite TV show, or whatever it is, if you could just tell me what's creepy about my profile, I would appreciate the effort, a little constructive criticism. So I put that in my profile, and the next person that I messaged, she wrote back and says, hey, you want to know what's creepy about your profile? How about this whole preface acknowledgments from the author section asking you what's creepy about your profile? That's what's creepy about your profile. I responded to her, but it got you to respond. Huh? And then she responded to me, block this user. That's how that story ends. That's how that story. The website, the site that I'm on has a feature like, hey, you can see who's checking out, like who's visited your profile, like who's viewing your profile, like who's checking you out, like this little. But really, what that is a list of people who read your profile and went, yeah. That's what that is. That's all that is. I messaged a girl, and then my friend IM'd me right after I messaged her and said, dude, you're asking out my friend Rebecca on the online dating. I was like, oh, embarrassed, but also like that's a good thing, like mutual friend, right? He's like, oh, you don't want to go out there. She's a psycho. Well, you're your friend. He's like, yeah, but dude, she's on online dating. I'm on online dating. That sucks. I have learned some things about women from online dating that I'll share with you because you guys aren't on it and you don't want to be on it, so now you've learned these lessons from my stand-up routine instead of having to live through it. The first thing is that when you message a woman on online dating, she doesn't want salutations. She doesn't want a greeting. That's too formal, okay? This is, you like say, hey, how are you? How was your day? That's weird because you don't know the person, right? So what you should do is just instantly start it. And then also I've learned, because I consulted a guru, guys, I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I went to an online dating guru. It's not weird, okay? He doesn't advise me online. The guru's in person, but he specifically focuses on online dating, okay? So he says that there are keywords that women respond to in a message, okay? Like awesome is one. If you include awesome in a message, in your initial contact, it'll garner a response. Awesome, atheist, is another one, and sorry. Those are 3 words, sorry. So now every message I send out, I'm an awesome atheist, sorry. Take that, women. That's the
the lesson that the guru has. Okay, so I did that. I went home. I messaged 3 girls. 2 of them included the word awesome. 1, I didn't include the word awesome. Sure enough, those 2 responded. That's how it works, guys. You gotta include the word awesome. Second thing is, girls don't like too much romance right away, right? It's an interview, not a date. You're auditioning for the part of date. You're not on the date, okay? So don't confuse the 2. You don't want a lot of romance out of a first date for an online date, okay? It's not like, hey, I'm gonna buy you a steak dinner, then we're gonna go see a show. No, that's too much romance. You wanna do something casual, like get coffee or go for a hike, right? Because you don't want too much romance, but you do want like the opportunity for rape. Okay? It's like, hey, I don't want you to buy me a steak dinner, but I do want you to take me up to a mountain where nobody knows who I'm with or when I'm supposed to be back. That's what women want, okay? It's the guru. It's the guru. www.onlinedating. No, wait, what is it? The dating doctor? No. It's, I'll figure it out, so I think it's. The other thing is, that I've had experience is, maybe you guys can tell me, because you guys are out dating in the real world, not online dating, so obviously more successful than me. But I've had a few things, and you guys can just be the judge of, you can tell me how these went. Because I went out with this girl, and like you do when you meet someone, it's like, oh, hey, you're the person from the side. It's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like this. And then they're like, okay, let's go back and go find your table at the restaurant. And she got into her purse and did hand sanitizer. Which is a good sign, right? She's clean. Right? She's clean. She says, no, it's not you, it's me. I'm a germaphobe like Howie Mandel. I was like, oh, okay, that reference. Now I understand what germaphobe means. I didn't understand, but now that you brought Howie Mandel into it. You guys pass them out. How about this one? After the date, I was like, hey, can I walk you to your car? Because I'm a gentleman. And we're walking to your car, and it's like, hey, I had a good time, hey, I had a good time. And it's like, hey, yeah, let's do it again sometime. And I went like this. High five, right? What a way to end a date, right? Come on, it's positive physical contact, right? The winning team high fives, guys. Not the losing team. Okay, this is the last thing. I went on a date with this girl, and the thing I've learned is how to tell when a date is over is right before the girl asks, why are you laughing? Well, once the girl has asked that, the date is over. And I had this, the girl was talking, and she knew this. She realized I've been talking a lot. I should ask him something about him. She says, well, I've been talking a lot. Where did you grow up? And I said, Seattle. And she's like, oh, Seattle. I've been there. I spent 2 nights there. Well, not 2 nights back to back. I flew there, and then we spent the night in Seattle because we went on an Alaskan cruise with my mom. And then after the cruise, we came back, spent the night in Seattle, then we flew home. And I started laughing because she was talking a lot. After she just acknowledged that she was talking a lot. But I can't say that's why I'm laughing, so I have to think. I'm a comedian, right? I'm like, oh, it's just a joke. It's a funny joke that I thought. And she's like, oh, okay, well, what's the funny joke? And I said, well, it's just like an Alaskan cruise with your mom for vacation. That sounds like the worst vacation. Like, oh, I'm stuck on a boat with my mom in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. Like, that sounds horrible, right? Like, oh, it's a week surrounded by the icy seas, trapped with my mom. She says, actually, my mom died of cancer shortly after that, and that's one of the last good memories I have with my mom. Well, should I rape you now? Should I rape you tonight? That's how that story ends. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great lineup of comedians. They're all my favorite, except for 2. After the show, you guys can tell me who you think the 2 are. The first guy is my friend. He runs the Josh and Josh show. He runs the annual Josh Fest. He's been on HBO's Funny or Die. Please welcome to the stage, Josh HANESS.
Oh, it's beautiful in here. Look at it. Oh my God. I got dizzy from that. That's the one way you should, as an adult, you should never walk into an American Girl place. Look at it in here. They've got all these dolls. You'll never get asked back. Oh, right. The band. LMNOP, ladies and gentlemen. before I do comedy, I like to promote the band. And now I'm going to promote each and every one of you as an audience member. Let's first get to know each other. I'm not going to do that. Just kidding. I feel great. I have a great day. Oh, you know it's a great day when you do one of these. You got your keys in your hand, you walk out of your house, and you do this. But you catch it, and you have a great day. It didn't work. I'm going to try this joke. This might be my whole 6 minutes. Let's do it till I get, hey, everybody. All right. Okay, hold on. No, I'm going to do it. We'll do it later. We'll do it at the end of the show. All right. Because, you know, when you catch it the first time, you're like, I'm going to have a great day, man. So far, my day sucks right now. All right. Oh, I'm having a great day. Oh, God, I lost a little bit of weight lately. Let me get my stool. Lost a little bit of weight. Can you guys tell? No one. You don't even know me. How could you tell, man? You're like, I didn't even know you in the first place. How did you lose weight? I was about 7 pounds overweight. And for a guy who's 5'6", that's a lot. Because you just turned into a tuna can after 4 pounds. I knew I was getting weight. I was getting heavy. That I'd be on my cell phone. I'd be making a call. Like, you know when you cut off your breathing if you bend over? I was sitting there talking to my friend on the phone once. I was giving him directions how to get to my house. I go, yeah. Oh, where are you? Oh, you're on the 10? All right. Well, what you want to do is you want to take the exit to La Cienega, and then you want to, yeah, I'm tying my shoes. All right. Yeah, I can't breathe. Okay, so take the exit to La Cienega, make a left, and then when you come back, I'll see you later. All right. Okay, I'm going to go in for the other shoe again. I'll call you back. Bye. All right. Speaking of which, check this out. I don't want to brag, everybody, but I am an iPhone 4 user. This is the best ringtone in the world. Check this out. Wait, hold on. Here we go. It's called Strum. It's my ringtone every morning for when I wake up for my alarm. How would you love to just wake up to this every morning? Wow. I wonder what's for breakfast. Puffed rice. What's in the fridge? I could do this for the rest of my act and you guys would have a great time. Oh, stop it. Hold on, let me turn it off. Guys, stop. Get off. Stop, guys. All right, good. All right. A lot of comics tonight are going to be talking about dating. I'm not. I'm going to tell you one word of advice, guys, if you're ever on a date. If you're ever on a date and you don't have enough money, simply, I looked at a menu once, I was like, I cannot afford this. Can't even afford the drinks. All you have to do is confidently lean into your date across the table and say, I'm just going to have a salad. What are you just going to have? It never works. I was at a grocery store the other day, and there was a woman in front of me, very beautiful woman, but she was a little older, had a lot of plastic surgery. By the way, I live in Beverly Hills, and the further you trek into Beverly Hills, far more grotesque plastic surgery always reveals itself. Let's get back to the point. So we got a cougar in the house, all right? She's a cougar. And I noticed that she's buying a bottle of red wine, white wine, little Sauvignon Blanc, and she's got a lean cuisine. And I'm thinking to myself, chances are she's single. Okay, that happened. Now, I thought I heard my alarm. It's in my pocket. You ever get those phantom alarm feelings and ringtones? There's nothing happening. Then she actually unloaded her grocery basket. If she has a lean cuisine, white wine, and 17 cans of Fancy Feast cat food, chances are she's single for a reason. Now, if she has all those items, plus a DVD from the Cheapy Bin starring Sybil Shepherd and Robert Downey Jr., chances are she'll be watching Chances Are that night. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Oh, God. Great. I went home to visit my family, and I went to this place called Dave & Buster's. You know that place? It's the only place kids want to eat. I have to eat with my sister and her kids. They're like, where do you want to eat? I'm like, let's go somewhere, let's go to a French cafe. Like, Dave & Buster's. Let's do it now. That's the grossest food in the world. You walk out, you're like, oh my God, I got to take a shit when I get to the car. This is the worst food ever. I don't like it. You shit too when you go to the car, huh? Yeah. Oh, great times, great times. Yeah. Hold on, guys. You know what it feels like right now? It feels like this. It's taking too long, I know, but when you hear it again, you'll know. I got an applause break from one guy on that one? All right, turn off. All right, finally, do you ever think when gang members walk into a room of their contemporaries, they address their friends by saying, "Hey, gang!" Thank you very much. Have a good night. My name's Josh HANESS. Bye-bye.
Yeah! Give it up for Elemental P. They'll be rocking all night. You'll be giving it up for them all night. That's what they're used to, folks. That's what they're used to. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of breath running from backstage. What was I doing? It's a comedy show, not a workout, but it is for me because that's how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next lovely comedian, Jen Murphy.
Always. What's up? I'm really happy to be here because I spent a good part of my day today Googling personality disorders, which is not good. Because I recently got dumped. And I was like, fuck that. I'll find out what's wrong with him. Because it is not me. I'm not taking responsibility. It's me. I love assholes. That's my problem. What is it? They're just so hot. I don't know why. I think it's just because, like, I don't know, it's like an ego booster, maybe. Like, if you, like, I don't know. Like, if he's an asshole to everybody else, but then he's really nice to you, you're like, oh my God, I'm special. This is so cool. Also, like, I grew up Catholic, so sometimes I feel like a martyr for loving assholes. Like, I'm just like, I am doing good for the world. Like, if everyone had the capacity that I do to love these assholes, the world would be a much better place, right? No. It's just that it's easier when you get dumped is really what it comes down to. Because, like, if you get dumped by an asshole, you can just, like, cry to your girlfriends, right? And be like, oh, he's such an asshole. But you get dumped by a nice guy, and you're like, shit. It's me. Like, now I got to go to therapy or something, right? I am really happy to be here, though, because I drove from Studio City, which is awesome. I was taking the bus for a long time, so I get really excited to drive. Does anyone take the bus at all? No? You're all doing way better than me. They have televisions on buses now. They're just like, hey, riding the bus sucks, but we're going to give you some entertainment, right? Except the problem is that they play like 90% Spanish programming, which, like, I think is a little unfair, because white people get DUIs also. Thank you. I'm 30. My life is awesome. I'm broke. Have you ever been so broke that you go shopping at your parents' house when they're not home? Like, you're just like, they're not going to miss this roll of toilet paper. Like, they shop at Costco. Golf on Tuesdays. It's cool. I don't know. I feel like I'm just getting too old for, like, a one-night stand. Is there an age limit to that? I haven't had sex in so long because I'm like, I don't know. I just, like, lost motivation. Like, you know when it comes up, that opportunity, and you're like, well, I could have sex, or I could just eat a bag of Doritos. I don't know. Kind of lost the motivation. I think it's just that my last one-night stand was so horrible. I'm, like, scared to go back. Like, this guy kept trying to make eye contact with me the whole time. I was just like, dude, this is a one-night stand. Like, why are you trying to trick me into love-making? Right? Like, he was this close to my face, and he was just like, I need to look into your eyes in order to come. I'm like, oh, you faggot. Like, who says that? I'm like, this is a one-night stand. Like, flip me over and let's do this properly. Because you know we're never going to see each other again. And, like, guys who wonder why I'm fucking crazy, it's like, well, why are you trying to pierce my soul during a one-night stand? I hate that. I hate being called crazy, and it happens all the time. That's why I can't be in a relationship. Because, like, every relationship ends with some guy just being like, why are you so fucking crazy? I don't know. Like, you know that we have no answer for it. So you wait till we're, like, almost out the door. Then you're just like, hey, one more question before you go. Why are you so fucking crazy? I don't know. Why do your balls smell like Cheerios? Like, it's a mystery to us all. I'm like, of course I'm crazy. Every month, my body is trying to make a baby. And I have to be like, no, just bleed. It's not gonna happen. But like now I'm in my 30s and I've never been pregnant. Like I haven't fulfilled my purpose as a woman. So I just have this empty baby hole. It's just been filled with Jack Daniels and regret. It's like making crazy, right? What happens if you don't fulfill your purpose? I don't know. I started watching porn. Do you guys watch porn? Of course you do. I don't know, I have trouble with it. I try, but I just like get freaked out all the time. Because they make that in HD now. Like the last time I watched porn was with a boyfriend, I think like 10 years, I don't know how long ago it was, but I recently like pulled it up on my iPhone. Like I'm like trying to fall asleep and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch some porn, this is gonna be awesome. Because I totally failed at masturbation, which is the worst. Like when you're like, no, I can just use my own fantasies. Not. And then you're just like struggling so hard. Next thing you know, like a family member pops in your head and you're like, fuck. Failure. That's the worst failure. So I'm like, you know what? I'll pull up some porn. And then I just got totally freaked out. Because like I've never seen the vagina that close up before. It was terrifying. It was like so freaking close. I was like, do we really need to go into the mouth of the whale? Like, can we just like have some distance between it? I don't know. Like all my life, I just thought it was like two lips, like your mouth, right? Like this is my only view. But like you see that shit on HD and you're like, oh my God, there is a freaking universe. It's like layers and layers, right? I don't know. I'm a big fan of porn. Like I know girls don't like their boyfriends watching it. I think it's like you guys need porn, right? Just to get through the day. Like I think porn prevents rape. That's my feeling. Like I think rapists are just guys with really bad internet connections who are like sitting home and their dial-up doesn't work. And they're like, there's nothing funny about rape, LMNOP. Thank you, my name's Jen Murphy. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Late for school, man, you don't wanna go. You ask your mom, please, but she still says no.
I don't watch porn anymore. You want to know why? My cable installer is like, oh yeah, man, you want me to hook you up with some porn? And I was like, no, please don't. I was watching it at the time, but then he followed it up with, I could, I used to be in porn. And now I can't watch it because I'm worried that this cable guy, he's like, yeah, no, I wasn't like a porn star. I was like an extra, I was like, what kind of porn? Like, I've been watching the wrong kind because there's apparently a kind of porn that cares about ambiance. To have background actors. But I guess that would make sense because it's always like porn. They're like, hey, did somebody order a large sausage pizza? And then they just start going at it, which never happens. But do you think that maybe that would happen in your life if there was already somebody having sex in the background? Like, would that happen? Like, oh, and this is what the guy says. He's like, yeah, I had to get out of it, man, because of the regulations. It's like, what regulations on porn? It seems like that should be they started testing. You gotta get tested for that shit. I was like, what are you talking about? Just get out of my house. I'm gonna watch Hulu from now on forever. This is the worst. All right, guys, our next comedian is a guy I just met, but he is hilarious because I've seen him on the TV a lot, and you're gonna see him right now. You may have seen him on Jimmy Kimmel, Punk'd, and Comedy Central. Please welcome him here to Acme, KIRK ZIPFEL.
Start a dance. One more time. Yeah, do it again. I finished like a while ago. You guys are supposed to be on that shit. Jesus, you guys are not pros, are you? Oh my God, where am I? I don't actually talk like that. How you guys doing? Good, excellent. It's fucking killer crowd tonight. Just blow away. Huge crowd. You guys, I don't know if any of you guys have gifts from Jesus, because I do. Actually, I think you all do, but you probably don't know what they are yet. Mine is I can drive home wasted from anywhere. That's my gift from God. If I don't get a DUI, and I certainly don't hope to get one, but if I don't get a DUI by the time I turn 80, I want to go to the nearest police station. As a birthday present to myself, I'm going to go to the police station, slap my license up on the counter, just be like, you fucking missed me. Yeah. I don't know how you call yourselves police, but I was out there, okay? I was fucking wasted. Like I said, I'm not proud of my drunk driving. It's just something that I do really well. I've been practicing for a really long time. And I feel like it's the pastime of, I feel like driving drunk in LA is like the pastime of me and all my friends and everyone that they know. You know, it's just like that little secret thing that we do. We're just like, yeah, you know, it's going to take off. And they're like, yeah, take it easy. No one ever tries to stop you. That's the problem. No one tries to stop you from driving home drunk. Because you know why? This is my theory. That it's because you met all your friends here in California. They didn't know you from way back home. So they don't really like you that much. So no one's ever going to try to stop you from driving home drunk. It's not like you're in the bar like, dude, I got to go home. We got to fucking home. Friends aren't like, hey. Like on TV, we're like, hey, man, give me your keys. Dude, because you're not driving. You're not driving home tonight. I don't think so. They're like, yeah, see you later. Maybe. What up? I don't care if I die. What kind of fucking friends are those? Jesus. I hope I'm not going to get a DUI. It's not going to happen. Not this year. Not again. No, I've never got one. I will not get one. Because I have kids. I have a family. I have 3 children. You know, and I don't see it happening. It can't happen anymore because of my children, and which is why I keep a goodbye note to my family in the car, in the glove compartment of my car, because if it goes down like that and I'm getting pulled over and I know that I'm wasted, it's going all the way. We're going all the way. It was going to end up on like a hillside somewhere in San Bernardino County. Just on fire with cops, guns, police, helicopters, ambulance, the news, the whole deal. That's going to be me. That's why the note says, like, don't remember me like what you saw on the news. I love you all dearly, but I refuse to give the state of California $15,000 for something that I was put on this earth to do by God. It was my gift from heaven. Anybody else live with a domestic detective? Yeah, you guys look all pretty single in this row here. Maybe I should talk to some men who actually talk to girls. A domestic detective, that's who I live with. A domestic detective basically means that you have to answer some fucking questions is what you have to do. You just have to have some answers for things when the question comes up. And she likes to know that her needs are being represented in the community at large. Like, she'll come home, I'll have gotten milk, right? She'll send me out to buy milk for the kids. She'll come back, she'll be like, did you use the coupon that I gave you for $1 off that milk? And I'll be like, yeah. Yeah, I totally use it. She's like, no, you didn't, because it's right here in the coupon basket. See, it's right here by the door where I left it for you, and now you're a liar. See? And then she'll come in the kitchen, she'll be like, did you give our daughter tap water? And I'll be like, no, I wouldn't do that. She's like, yeah, you did. I can smell the chlorine all around her head. Don't do that. I don't know if you guys know this. White babies are allergic to tap water. Yeah. Don't even try to give a white baby tap water. That's just not, you can't do that. The worst thing she wants to know, though, she'll just come in the room and she'll demand to know. She'll come up to me and she'll be like, what did you eat? Oh my God, what did you eat? Like, because I get in trouble for pooping. I don't know if anybody else gets in trouble for pooping. I get in trouble for pooping. And I don't mean like in the dryer or under the bed. I mean like in the bathroom with the flush and the spray and the fan and everything I can do, scrubbing it out, that awfulness, just be like, oh God, I must hide it. I must hide my body from her. And then she's just like, God, what did you eat? She's going to get to the bottom of what's inside my body. You know, I'm like, babe, if I don't do that, I'll die. You want that? And I'll lie to her sometimes. She'll be like, what did you eat? I'll be like, I had a fennel salad. She had fennel with arugula and some olive oil and lemon spritzer. She's like, no, you didn't. You had fucking Wendy's, and I know it. And she'll be like, I'm like, how do you know? She'll be like, because it's right here, this coupon. I found it in your pocket. You're disgusting. You make me sick. It's true. I do eat a lot of Wendy's. Wendy's is delicious. There's a remarkably egregious shortage of Wendy's in the Southern California area. I don't know if you guys know that. I came from Ohio, originally from Ohio. Ohio, nice. He's like, I'm from Texas. I just wanted to play along. Ohio, after like a light spring rain, like 4 Wendy's pop up in a cow pasture. Okay, there's like Wendy's literally everywhere. You can get it whenever you want. They're just there. It's already fully formed. And you know, out here there's not very many Wendy's. There's not enough. There's one, a latte here in Manchester. You got Sunset here. You got Vermont. You got Culver City on Venice Boulevard. You got Sepulveda, and you got the Burbank Airport. Okay, that is just not gonna fucking cut it. There are like 750,000 hamburger restaurants in Southern California, okay? We need more than 6 Wendy's. We just need that, more than 6. I do try to hide it. I try to hide what I do with my body. I try to hide my stink. It's a terrible thing when your wife despises what your body does naturally. I gotta go. Let's see, how am I gonna finish? This is really, you can tell I took this real seriously. You guys are great. Well, you know what? My light already arrived. No, I'm not gonna end like that, for God's sake. Jesus, what the hell kind of show is this? You guys, the Middle East is on fire, okay? I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. I certainly haven't, but I do know that those people crave freedom, all right? They crave freedom, and it's inspiring to hear their voices for the first time in a long time. They crave freedom like white people crave Chipotle. I don't know if you've ever seen a white person who thinks they were going to get Chipotle, and then they didn't get it. That is some fucking sadness right here. They're just like, oh, we'll just go to Baja Fresh. That's a good idea. All right, you guys are fantastic. Thanks very much. And LMNOP, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is a very talented young lady. She's appeared on the Bob and Tom radio show. She was recently won the America's Next Funniest Person award. She's also appeared on National Lampoon Radio, and she's leaving tomorrow early in the morning to go on a national tour of Canada, our neighbors to the north, for a breast cancer awareness tour called the Boob Tour. Please welcome him here to Acme, ALYSIA Wood.
How are you guys? Sorry, I was supposed to keep dancing, but I think you guys are supposed to keep playing too, and I messed everything up. See, I didn't know that was your chair. I didn't know. LMNOP almost peed on himself out of shock. That was like, all right, hey everybody, it's good to be here. You guys are good? Good, you're very quiet for good people. It's late. Oh, God love you for coming out, all 6 of you. This is awesome. I just want to start off with this. I don't know if you guys know anybody that's bipolar. Here's my issue with people that are bipolar. No issue aside from the fact when people say things like, you know what, you can't blame them. You've got to blame the disease. Really? Well, why don't you tell the disease that it owes me $300 and 2 bottles of Febreze? All right, you guys are my new favorites right here. I like you guys. All right, so recently I flew Spirit Airlines. I need to gripe about Spirit. Has anybody flown Spirit Airlines? Is it not the most aggravating thing on earth? Horrible, right? Like horrible. Okay, I got in trouble for this. Let me tell you the story. First, here's what happened. I got one of those super cheap flights, you know, where they're like, hey, you can get from LA to New York for $4.50. And I was like, fuck yeah, sign me up. Let's do this, right? So I get there, and I'm all excited because I'm super poor, right? And I should also mention I'm probably not the person you want to sit next to on a flight in general, even if it's not a Spirit Airlines flight, right? Like, I have ADD, I'm angry, I'm always trying to quit smoking. By the time it's wheels up, you don't want to be sitting next to me. That's all I'm saying, right? So I'm getting there, and they're like, oh, any luggage going on the plane? And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take this one bag. And they go, oh, okay, that's $45. $45. For a carry-on, not to check it, for me to carry my shit on the plane, $45. Super mad. I'm counting out pennies to make it happen, right? I get on the plane and I'm sitting there and I'm already mad. I'm mad as could be. And we take off and the flight attendant comes down the aisle and goes, did you want anything to drink? And I'm like, yeah, it's a 5-hour flight. I'll take some water. And he goes, okay. He pours it in a cup and goes, that's $2 for water. In a cup. Not a bottled water, not my own little adorable water, you know what I'm saying? This was water in a cup. And I already have a problem with bottled water because they already take this water, right? They pump it for free, we pay the taxes to clean it up, and then they sell it back to us for $2.50 in a bottle that gives you cancer if it heats up a little bit. But that's neither here nor there because this was water in a cup. I would rather pay to have sex with my dad than pay for water. That's how strongly I feel. And that's when I realized I said that out loud. Very embarrassing when you're on an airplane. Let me tell you something. Very hard to apologize to rows 19 through 36F. They will not let you on the loudspeaker. It's difficult. So I was doing that joke, right? And my problem with the $45 was I kind of felt like when they're nickel and diming you to death like that, that's sort of like, that's kind of like going to get your tires done, right? And having them go, oh, did you want the tires on the car? Because that's $10 per tire. Oh, and air in the tires, well. That impression made no sense. You guys saw that, right? Acting types, I can tell. Anyways. I'm just waiting for my tampon commercial. That's all I'm waiting for. I only have to be able to act well enough to get it. They're super absorbent. I've been practicing. Okay. I haven't taken a workshop, but I have been practicing. It's like my affirmations. Anyways, so I'm doing that joke in Michigan, right? And this guy comes up to me and he goes, I didn't really appreciate your airline humor. Right. And I was like, oh my God, are you calling me a hack? Right? That was my first thought. Turns out, no. He goes, that's my family you're making fun of up there. I go, really? Are you from a flock of Boeing 747s? What do you mean that's your family up there? He goes, Spirit Airlines? And I go, yeah? He goes, that's my uncle. Right. And I didn't know he was there. You have to understand that I did not know that he was there. And I really had to sit down the next night and have a come to Jesus with myself. Like, the guy was obviously embarrassed. He was clearly humiliated, right? And I felt kind of bad. I didn't apologize, but I felt kind of bad. Because you got to sit on things for a while to figure out whether or not you're actually sorry. So I didn't say I was sorry. I just was like, oh, huh. Right? Which is not, I don't think that gave him the closure he was looking for. So anyways, I was like, all right, weird. And I thought about it because I was like, I didn't want to humiliate that guy, right? Like, I didn't want to sit there and embarrass him. I didn't know he was there. I wish I knew that he was there, but I didn't know. So I had to sit down and think about it, you know, like, am I that kind of person? And I finally sat down and was like, you know what? Yeah, I am. Fuck him and fuck that airline and fuck his uncle. Do you know what I mean? Because they are nickel and diming us to death. That's what I hate. I missed the pre-flight announcement. I was asleep, but I'm pretty sure that they were like, in the event of an emergency landing, oxygen masks will fall from the ceiling. Put them over your head, swipe your credit card, and the oxygen will begin to flow. I think that deserved more than that, but that's okay. We're going to look past that. Let's see here. This is not professional. I'm sure no one else did this, right? Looked at their notes? Yeah, that's because it's unprofessional. Yeah. I'm doing it, however, because I have ADD and because I've had enough court-ordered counseling to know that I do not have to justify myself to you. Although you know it's good when you look at your set list and it says, new suicide joke. Last joke and I'm out of here. Do you guys get your oil changed at the drive-thru places? No? Do you do it yourself? Wow, in LA, that's huge. Oh, you're from Michigan. Okay, see, I don't know how, and even if I did, I don't think I'd do it, because I like those places, right? Because they're like $35 or $40, depending on where you are in the country. I'm sure it's $6 in Michigan, you know? But $35 or $40, right? And then they find stuff that you didn't even bring the car there for. And that's what I like. I was there a few weeks ago, and this dude, Joel, found a lump in my breast. Thank you so much. Good night.
Yeah! That was Alicia Wood, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see here. I need to remember a joke or two. We can do that. Band says it's all right. That one's no good. No. Spirit Airlines is one of the worst airlines. If that guy's watching at home, it is. It really is. The best one is Southwest. Give it up for Southwest, right? Yeah. Why is Southwest the best? Because it's the public transportation of the skies. You fly from LA to Seattle, you're going to make like 6 stops.
Just anytime anyone on the flight, they're like, we're flying over San Jose. Oh, that's my stop. Ding, ding. We're landing in San Jose. If you want to take a direct route, you got to pay like $600. But if you want a cheap fare, you can do like $74 to Seattle. But it's really going to fly to Portland, and then back to Sacramento, then to Phoenix, then to Stockton, which has an airport, and then to Seattle. And that's the cheapest way to get there. Southwest Airlines, they're the best, right? You gotta love them. They have all their ads where like people are happy to work there. That's what makes me feel the best. It's like people are happy to work. No one's happy to work in an airline. If you have to wear like headphones to cover up the noise that's at your job, that's a bad job. That's a bad job. I think that people, they make fun of the airlines too much because it's like, oh, they charge us $45. But also, remember when airline tickets cost $500? Like, how about that? How about it's like $99 and I don't fly with a bag, so it's still $99. See, that's what they want you to think. People are complaining about Bank of America, right? They suck. Take all of your money out of Bank of America, charging me to use an ATM card. That's horrible. $5 for the convenience at any number of thousands of points of sale around the country, any store, any check stand. I can swipe a card and spend up to any amount of money, and they're going to keep track of it for me. And they want to charge me $5? Fuck them, right? It's like, come on. It's like, I'm going to take my money out of the bank and keep it in a coffee can underneath my mattress. Show Bank of America. Well, guess what? You still have to buy the coffee can. Take that. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is known to some as a bureau of comedy, but he's known to even more people as the Comedy Bureau. Please give it up for Jake KROEGER.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It was just Halloween. Who had a good Halloween? That is one of my least favorite questions to get asked. I hate Halloween. I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon, you would say. But, on Halloween, I wear a straight face, and a lot of people come up to me and give me guff about it. And I ask them, what are you doing at my drinking alone party? What are you doing? Only room for one. Please get out of my house. But I really don't like any holiday, because most holidays I have to spend with my family, and that makes any holiday just like New Year's Eve, where you have to make a resolution the next day because your family just reminds you how you're screwing up. And specifically for me, I have to resolve to not eat late night Mexican food nearly every week. In fact, it's not even a joke. I'm going to give you guys $1 million idea. Give me a chicken sandwich that's relatively healthy that I can eat at 2 a.m, and you'll have $1 million from me alone. I will spend that much money buying a chicken sandwich. I need to eat healthy. This is not good. This is not what's happening right now. I realized that I needed to lose some weight. It wasn't because of that. And it wasn't because my doctor said that I needed to lose some weight. It wasn't because I wear jackets in 90-degree weather to hide my figure. It wasn't because my really poor friends just poked me in the stomach like, you living good, huh? You living real good. Wasn't that. Should have been that. But it was actually the moment I realized that I was too comfortable with my taco guy. It was that moment. And here's the thing. He doesn't have that great a grasp on English. And yet he still I go there so often, he still tries to jump that barrier and try to talk to me. Like the first time he tried to talk to me, I was just looking down at the counter with the look on my face that my friends like to call like, are you okay face? I don't know what that looks like because I never do that thing where they're like, oh, you should go have a good look in the mirror. I don't know what that's like. But, did we get a little too Guinness here? Are we at a Corona level of lightness? I get really Guinness with my comedy, if you catch my drift. Anyways, I didn't have any Guinness. That was planned. That was totally planned. I was looking down, and then he asked me, girlfriend? I'm like, what? Wife? What? And he was like, sad, girlfriend, sad for girlfriend, right? I'm like, no, man, I'm not sad. That was a lie. I'm just thinking. And then he's like, why you don't have a girlfriend? My taco guy is asking me this at 2 a.m. And I actually considered his question seriously. And I actually responded, you know, I don't know why I don't have a girlfriend or a wife, but if I did, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. That's the correct reaction to that response, but he didn't understand what I was saying, and he doesn't understand subtext in English, so he just laughed uncomfortably. That's all he did. And that should have been a sign, but no, because I like to preemptively have girls reject me in my head when I am at bars. I just go and get meat drunk off of carne asada. That's right. I eat so much carne asada, I actually get physically woozy. In the form, this time around, I got a burrito and like a quesadilla with carne asada in it. And he got the order that he was making, and he was like, "Two por you?" I'm like, "Yeah, for me." Now? Yeah, I'm gonna eat that now. And apparently he didn't know the word for fat, so he just went like, "In a year?" Like, he took time off of work to play charades. He took time. In fact, like, he decided we were at that point in our relationship where he's like, I'm concerned for your well-being. I'm concerned for how you're doing. In fact, you've spent so much money at this establishment, we no longer need your financial backing. If we had a punch card system, at this point, you could cater your own quinceañera if you wanted to do that. That should have been a sign. However, it wasn't. Last time I went there, it was the final time when I well, I know this guy too well. Like, we're getting on too comfortable of a basis. I came there late, and he asked me what I did for work, and I said I was a writer and a comedian, and I also edit videos. And without him understanding subtext or knowing the word fat or healthy, obviously, he leaned over to me and he whispered, in regards to what type of videos I edit, video porno? Video porno? And like, even if I edited porn, I don't want to tell that to my taco guy that I've only talked to 2 times previous. So I don't go to El Taco Scabulon anymore. I go to Seafood Tacos Roll, where they treat it like a drug deal, like it should be. My name's Jay Kroeger. Have a great night, guys.
Give it up for Jake Kroeger, ladies and gentlemen, because he has a taco guy. He has a guy. I don't have like a oil change guy or car repair guy. He has a taco guy who he goes to deal exclusively in tacos. I don't have that because I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying to lose weight. Anybody doing it? No. I've been on the Atkins diet recently. It's about 10 years past that fad, but I'm doing it, and I've lost like 15 pounds, but no one's noticed, and it's really driving me insane because I've been on edge because I've been eating bacon for every meal, and no one's noticed except for one guy who asked me like, "Hey, what are you doing to lose weight?" But then before I could be like, "Oh, I'm trying the Atkins. Thanks for noticing. I've been eating a lot of bacon." Somebody else shouted out, "He hasn't been losing weight." It's like, oh, so sad, so sad. But I've learned one thing about myself. I haven't lost a lot of weight to recognize it. That's why I'm growing the beard. But someone, to make it seem like I'm losing weight, because beard hides the neck fat, guys. That's the giveaway. So I've learned about myself that when it comes to carbs, I can pass up everything else. I can eat a burger without a bun. I can pass on chicken parmesan or fettuccine alfredo, all that stuff. But my weak point, my Achilles heel, is rice Chex. Rice Chex cereal. I will eat a box of that. If you guys don't laugh at my set, I'll go home to Ralph's as soon as I leave. I swear, I'll do it. I'll eat in China. And the thing about liking Rice Chex is I'm the only person in the world who likes Rice Chex. Even the people who make Rice Chex. If you go down the cereal aisle, every other box of cereal has a picture of the cereal in a bowl with milk and some fruit for color. okay? But Rice Chex, it's like a picture of Chex Mix. It's not the cereal. It's like, hey, you can take our cereal and make it into some other different tasty snack. We realize we're so plain, just like cover it in sugar and chocolate, and it's like holiday festivities, yay. It's an ingredient in other fun snacks. You can make it. If you don't want to make it, just go one aisle over, and we've already made it and bagged it. We're really a useless cereal. There's only 6 boxes left, and we're waiting for this one guy to just get rid of them, and then Rouse doesn't have to stock them anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is a featured writer for Ranker.com, where his articles have over 2 million views, and you can see him in the upcoming Adam Sandler movie Jack and Jill. Please welcome him here to Acme, Ian Tindell.
Thank you guys. All right. I don't know what the fuck I just did. I'm just going with a weird, crazy energy right now. I appreciate the applause as I come out. It's a fun thing about doing comedy because none of you know who the fuck I am, and you guys are on board. You know that I have a name and a human form, and you are good. I could leave right now, and I have one of the best sets of my life. So thank you for giving it up for me being me. In exchange, because I'm not a selfish guy, I want you guys to give it up for you being you. Come on, give it up. You guys have been a good crowd. Yeah, all right. You know what? And for those of you who are hesitant about that, give it up if you don't like giving it up. All right, but a lot of egos in this room. All right, I see how it is. That's good. Trying to be positive, guys. That's what I'm doing right now because I just got dumped recently. And it's, one guy I think was like, all right, usually I get that from the women. Women are like, fuck you. But one guy. I just got dumped. And the hard thing about it this time is the fact, it's not like it's my first getting dumped, but the way it happened, and this is completely true, I had a very strong, committed, long relationship, and when I was in the car with her in a drive-thru of a Taco Bell. So, I know, it sucks. Like, all right, ruin my life, but do not ruin my Taco Bell. Like, that is sacred. Like, I am now having panic attacks with chalupas. You know, cheesy fisted potatoes reminding me of the fact that women don't touch me sensitively anymore. Like, this is not what I should be getting. I should feel a lot of happiness from it. I don't know. I guess I'm an emotional guy. I'll admit that. One of my friends, he actually calls that being a fag, which is nice. I don't know. And things will just set me off, I guess. Like just fucking stupid things. Like, just to the point of like, oh, hey, Ian, how was the weather? And I'm like, oh, fuck you, damn it. And like, first time Peyton and I made love, there was weather. Oh, God, you knew that, you bastard. There was so much weather that day. You know, and I mean, this is, it got to the point too where I was in the, I found myself in the supermarket. I found myself in the tampon aisle, and this thought literally shot across my brain. But I was sitting there, and I was like, I looked around, and was like, I will never be inside another woman ever again. Which is not, the tampon aisle should not inspire sadness or envy. Really, that's not what it's there. It's not there to inspire confidence and happiness either. That would be a strange fucking thing. The only thing I should be thinking about in the tampon aisle is I'm obviously lost. This is not where I'm going to get the King of Queens on DVD or make myself a sandwich. Let's see. Let's hop off that real quick. You guys want to hear some other jokes I've been writing since this? Yeah, one guy. The rest of you are like, let's go with sad. I can't do the sad too much. This is something I realized recently in my time alone. Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2, we're now 4 years away from. That took place in 2015. We are in 2011, and we don't have shit from that movie except for like self-lacing shoes that Nike kind of did a couple of months ago. If you saw that, and there were like 100 of them, which just makes me like, it's so lame. We have nothing to brag about to any time travelers who are coming forward to this time. You know, we don't have fucking hoverboards. We don't have flying cars. We don't have cool Jaws holograms like coming out and eating us. We've got fatter kids. They're harder to hurt. Yogurt is more available, and in a lot of flavors. And if you like seeing cats do silly things, you don't even have to buy a cat. You just go onto YouTube. because that's entirely what that site is. Just cut out the middleman. I hate going to the doctor. I hate that. Anyone else? Fucking, it's, and this is the reason I hate it. I hate it because I never get a cool diagnosis, ever. I have not once left and was like, fuck yeah, that was awesome. That was great. I've never, like, I would like to hear, like, well, Mr. Tindell, the lump on your testicles just means that your penis is getting huge, dude. High five. And then I high five and I fucking leave. Instead, I get like, oh, well, the discoloration on your torso is most likely due to a reaction to zinc. That'll be $250,000. And then I have to leave and get rid of all my zinc and zinc-based products, which means my penis will never get huge because zinc is what makes your penis bigger. If you guys, someone nodded there. That's a complete lie. Don't rub a battery on your penis when you go home. I need to be known as that guy. That would be a bad thing. Let's see. Let's get back onto the relationship stuff. How about that? One thing that's tough coming out of a long-term relationship is the fact that you have to change like your life around. Like, there are certain things you just can't do anymore. If any of you've ever been in a long-term relationship, it just too much reminds you of that. Like, there are jokes I can't even do anymore. Like, I used to have this old Stand By joke, and all my fans know it. And so, you know, we'll do like a sing-along. If you know it, you can say it with me. But the joke went like this. Hey, guys, hey, what's the deal with waking up in the middle of the night from a nightmare and turning over to see the woman you love lying peacefully next to you, and you know, that brings peace into your heart, and then you go back to sleep, and then the content of your dreams suddenly changed because she got to you on a subconscious level. What's the deal with that, huh? Am I right? Who's with me? I feel like I should tell that joke with flies on my face and Sally Struthers just standing right next to me, like, for 30 cents a day, you can help this comedian get over his bullshit. Here's the one thing, I'm going to leave you guys with this. This is the thing I always think about every single breakup. And it's this. Women, why do you always want to be friends after a breakup? I don't get this. What's the fascination with, hey, you know, we can't have sex in the shower together anymore, but let's just go to Yogurtland once a month and we're just going to talk. We're just going to talk about shit and we're going to get... No, fuck that. No, I don't want that. You know, if you want me to feel better about this situation, if you want me to really feel better about it, then offer me something cool, okay? Something fucking awesome. Like a treasure map. Huh? All right, some of you didn't get that because that's a weird thing for me to say. So I want you to come on this journey with me, and I will tell you why that's freaking cool. I would have loved for my girlfriend to burst into my house and suddenly go, you know how my father just disappeared a couple of months ago? Well, I was in his attic rummaging around through his stuff when I came across a strange-looking scroll. Now, upon unwrapping the scroll, I did discover a map to where you say to Lincoln's Gold. Now, you know how my father was always ranting and raving about this, but we always turned our heads the other way because we thought it was a myth? Well, just as I had discovered this most ancient of secrets, a group of strange men dressed all in white burst into the house shouting and yelling about the location of the map. Now, just as they came through the attic door, I leapt through the window onto the roof of my neighbor's house, rolled down to the streets below, bullets whizzing overhead, cars chasing me, dogs barking, and I came straight here. Now, we can't fuck anymore because I have some emotional issues, and you're a little needy, but it's not me, it's you. Would you like to have this? Yes, I would fucking love to have that, and when we get that shit figured out and I get back from my adventure, we'll be friends again. We'll go to Yogurtland. My name's Ian Tindell, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Yeah, Ian Tindell, ladies and gentlemen. Heartbreak City, huh? All of his fans, they don't come out anymore because he can't tell that joke. Being in a relationship is wonderful, though, right? Like my last girlfriend, what she loved was like, she says like, oh, being in a relationship's great because when you're riding in your car, like the air vents are pointed towards the passenger side. Like you're anticipating, even when you're not driving around with your girlfriend, like the air vents are just always that way because you're always anticipating being with her. Like that's what she enjoyed about our relationship. But I had to break up with her because she wasn't very interesting. And so I told her, like, we're driving, I was like, hey, I'm not really having fun in this relationship anymore. And she just went. And I thought, where was that cleverness before? If we'd had that in the relationship, why after the breakup do you bring that in? That's funny. If you could have been doing that like a day ago, would have worked out. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is a frequent co-host of Todd Perry's Fan Out podcast and a member of the sketch comedy group, The Legendary Few. He has performed at Acme and the UCB Theater. Please welcome him back to Acme, Casey GULLICKSON.
Shouldn't have done that. Thank you, Josh. Let's hear it for Josh. Paget. He's got so many jokes. So good. You guys, before I get started, I just want to apologize to everyone for my hair. I don't know what I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever had hair this long before, and it kind of feels like I have a new pet or something. It's like I don't know what to feed it. You know when you're like a kid and you really wanted a new dog, and you begged your parents for a new dog for like months, and then they got you a new dog, and you were like, oh, shit, I did not actually want a dog. I wanted like Air Bud maybe, or Lassie. I didn't want a real dog. This dog, it's really needy. I don't know. It's like my hair. I gotta like take care of it. It sucks. And also people treat me different now. Like people, it's like when Katie KIRK or someone from 2020 or something, like they put on a fat suit, and then they go around all day, and then they come back and it's like, yeah, it turns out when you're fat, people are really mean. But with the hair, it's like, yeah, it turns out when you have long hair, people just try to sell you weed all the time. And if they're not trying to sell you weed, they're trying to give you weed. They're just take it. Just take the weed. You need it. Just take the weed. You need it. Just take it. Just do me a solid. Take the weed. It's crazy. People try to sell me weed everywhere. People try to sell me weed at the Goodwill. Some dude who worked at the Goodwill, I was looking at T-shirts, one of which I purchased, and this dude comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, you need any help?" And I was like, "No." But then in my head I was like, "Help with what? I'm at the Goodwill. Like, what am I gonna like? Yeah, could I get this one in a large?" No, you can't. Could I get these jeans with less mustard stains on the crotch? No, you can't. Every pair of these specific jeans that you have a mustard stain on the crotch? I guess I'll take them. I don't know. I really need new jeans. And then, so the guy goes, "Do you want any help?" And I said, "No." And then he said, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, hey man, if you need anything at all, you just let me know." And then like he didn't wink, but he did be Mexican. So I think it's pretty safe to assume he was trying to sell me drugs. I politely declined because I'm a polite person and I don't do drugs. I do alcohol. I do a lot of that. And then like 6 months ago, I started drinking coffee, which coffee is a fucking drug. I don't know how this slipped under the radar, but like 6 months ago, I had my like first cup of coffee, and it freaked me out. I got going. I was like buzzed off of that. I bought a coffee pot that day. I was so addicted to it, and like so much to the point where like I hope it's not a gateway drug. Like I really do. But if it is a gateway drug, I kind of hope it gateways to meth. Because like I've never done drugs before, and I just want to go straight to the good shit, you know? And like meth has to be the best drug out there, right? Because like it makes people's teeth fall out, and they don't even care. Like in no other situation is that okay. Like even hockey players are like, "Oh fuck." Meth heads are like, "Oh fuck, I'm out of meth." That reminds me that I need to get more meth. I should write that down in my notepad where I write stuff down to remember. Meth. I don't plan on doing that, but if it seems economically to be a great choice. You get high for like 48 hours or something like that, and it seems like that's probably the way to go if you're gonna do drugs. I don't know. That's what I would do because I'm poor. Who else is poor? Everybody poor here? All right. Cool. I'm so poor that like I can't. Not only can I like take a girl out on a date. I can't even like meet a girl because like everyone's like, meet a girl at a bar, buy her a drink. But if you've ever been to a bar in LA, you know that drinks cost like $1,000. I don't have that kind of money. And a girl at a bar is gonna know I don't have that kind of money when the bartender comes over like, yeah, this is from the guy in the hoodie. It's water with ice. He said you look dehydrated. Oh, and he also wanted me to tell you that if this is gonna happen, he's gonna need a ride home. Because gas is really expensive. Yeah, I have a car, it's just I don't drive it unless I have to because the economy's killing me, guys. It's killing me. I'm not in a relationship now, which sucks. Because I'm a relationship guy, I enjoy being in a relationship. I just say like the first month of every relationship, when you have to pretend like you're the only two people in the history of the world who don't fart. Like, what is that? Like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm an adult. I'm not gonna do it. I dated a girl for 9 months. She didn't fart in front of me once. How am I supposed to trust you? Walking around with that secret inside you. Just crazy, pregnant with that gas. I couldn't trust her, man. So like every relationship I'm in for the first few weeks, I just spend trying to get a whiff of something. You know what I mean? Because I know if she ekes one out on accident, then that gives me free reign to drop bombs. And I drop bombs, ladies. I'm sorry, I do. I gotta go to a clinic or something, get that checked out. I don't know what died inside of me, but something definitely did. I swear on my tombstone, it's gonna say, here lies Casey. He farted a lot, and he always needed a ride home. But he had a huge heart, and an even bigger sense of humor, and an average-sized penis. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thanks a lot.
Casey GULLICKSON, everybody. I will wait for your applause. He earned it. Ladies and gentlemen, the final comedian of the night has performed in the World Series of Comedy Las Vegas. Please welcome him here to ACME, John VARGAS.
I don't have anything, sorry. Boy, you guys need a lead singer? Because comedy fucking blows. I should have been in a band. You know why? Bands fucking, I don't have any musical talent, but I could be a singer. You could do that, right? You could be a lead singer. I love lead singers in bands because they could do stupid shit. They could do shit like this and just be like I can't do this as a comic. I can't just come up and be like, what's going on, guys? You guys, Kardashian, what's going on with Kardashian? They do this, they like to do this, the fucking invisible skull thing. What is it? I don't know what you're doing with this, dude. Ah, musicians, you guys are awesome. I'm fucking totally jealous, I'm not gonna lie to you. Man, I saw an almost fight the other day, which was hilarious. It didn't happen, and I'm glad it didn't. And I'm still like a kid when a fight's about to happen. I'm still like, oh, cool, and like I'll pull over and I'll watch someone beat the shit out of someone because it's funny to me. But these two guys were gonna fight, and you know how like if you've ever been in a fight, there's always a shit talking for a few minutes. You know, like fuck you, kick your ass, I fucked your wife. Like there's something, right? This guy had the best pre-fight line ever. He gets ready, he steps up, and he kind of like gets up and he goes like, he just yells out, "Come on, I want to die!" This is what he said. And then he punched himself in the face. Like you can't fight that guy. You can't win a fight with a guy who wants to die. Like you can fight Muhammad Ali, who beat the living shit out of you, but you know he wants to spend his millions, you know? Like, the other guy didn't fight him, by the way. He took off because you can't, that guy will drag you into traffic and kill you. That's the wrong guy to fight. I tell you the other wrong guy to fight. I was on a train coming back from Compton. I do that sometimes. And I'm on the train, I got my iPod going, and this dude comes in, Mexican dude, like me, except he's got tattoos, not like me, because they're on his face, right? And he's in a wheelchair, which I don't think is polio. I don't think it's natural. I think something happened that was horrible and there's lead in his spine somewhere. He rolls in, right? And he's like over here, and he's just fucking just lasering, just watching me, you know? And it's scaring me because I've never been scared of a guy in a wheelchair. And he's just, you know, and he's looking down at me. He's looking up at me physically, but he's looking down on me because he did, you know what I mean? And he's just like, he starts talking to me. I was like, oh, fuck. And I take out, and I, what's up, dude? He's like, hey, where you from? And I was like, I live in Los Feliz. What do you mean? I'm not in a gang. I'm listening to Bob Seger right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how much of a whitewashed Mexican I am. I'm starting to understand Bob Seger, you know? Like, and he's like, all right, man, I thought you were someone else, you know? And it's, all right, whatever. And then some other dude gets on, and he's got facial tattoos. Not in a wheelchair yet. And then he fucking hits him up. Hey, where you from? I'm like, this is the toughest guy on the planet. You're in a wheelchair and you want to fight someone. Like, and you can't win that fight either, by the way. Because if you punch down, you lose. You're an asshole. You're not allowed to punch down. And the same rule applies to midgets and children. Because, oh, you got to end on midgets. I live in Los Feliz, it's true. And I grew up in Southern California, so I'm very progressive. I'm very leftist. I think everyone should get married to whoever the hell they want to. If you're stupid enough to want to get married, do it. I don't give a shit what you do with your life. That being said, I saw a couple young ladies walking down the street in my neighborhood, holding hands. Possibly gay, or one of them was blind. I'm not sure. Think they were gay. Because one of them had a white t-shirt on, and she had written on there with a Sharpie, very largely and very angrily, wrote on her shirt. I'm going to read to you what I think she wanted me to read, the way she wanted me to read it. This is what she wrote on her shirt. She wrote, I don't care if you stare! This is what she wrote on her shirt. I was like, I don't care that you're gay. Where the fuck do you think you are? We're on your side here, man. Take that to Kentucky and see how long you last with that. Then I started to get a little upset. You know why? Not because it was two women in love, because it was two people in love, and I don't need that in my face, okay? I just woke up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I went to bed at 6 in the morning because I watched Annie Hall for the 150th time just to prove that love doesn't work. I don't need you to kick me in the balls, you happiness, ladies. I always feel better after that. I don't know, I think I'm just jealous. It just seems like they have a really nice life, you know. Looks like they, you know, hold each other at night. They, you know, make each other pasta. I don't know what lesbians do. It just seems like they got a nice future. I just picture a nice future. I don't see that future in my life. I see, mostly what I see in my future is like a space heater and a revolver. And I love that joke because no one ever knows how to react to it. So, it's okay. You know, I feel like telling a little story, another little story. Here's the thing. Once upon a time, I was dating a Brazilian girl. It happened. She was beautiful. And she was a samba dancer, okay? I don't date her anymore because back then I was an incurable womanizer, you know? I'm not anymore because you need women for that. And I think I just got really depressed. But anyway, she was a samba dancer, and she was dancing at this place, and it was in a separate room from the rest of the place, and it had a little step up to get in. And I was by the back, you know, where the entrance is. And there was a dude walking up in his late 50s, probably. Possibly retarded. I'm not sure. And he was walking up, and he didn't see the step to get in. Didn't see it. And he hits it, and he's like, boom, hit the floor way harder than any guy that age should ever. And he was right next to my foot. Like, what do I do, you know, other than laugh? Because, like, you gotta laugh, but I don't want to laugh because I'm not an asshole. I mean, I am an asshole, but I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? There's girls there, you know, and he's right here. What do? I'm, like, holding it in, you know, like, really hard holding it in, and it's like, you remember in high school, like, when you were trying to hold in the laughter in your class and you don't want to, remember, like, when your friend took a dump in the corner those are just my friends? Okay, that's fine. My friends are scumbags. And he's laying there, and this is what he does. This is how he deals with the situation. This is how he deals. He doesn't try to get up. Why try to get up? He's on the floor, and he just yells out, fucking life! I was like, oh, shit. Don't do this, because I'm going to lose it. Just shut up. Still doesn't try to get up. Beautiful women everywhere. Fuck God! All right, you win. And I stood over him, and I laughed, because he had it coming. All right, guys, that's my time. My name is John.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for John Vargas, for all of your comics tonight. Thank you so much for coming out to the Comedy Nightcap. I hope to see you next week or some week in the future. Elemental P, take us out. Thanks, guys. Good night.